What's good, Cowboy Nation? You're here with Jason Sibley with Repping the Star. Happy Thanksgiving. Uh, this was a good Thanksgiving. We have so much to be grateful for, not only in our personal lives, our family, our friends, loved ones, but in Cowboy Nation, we definitely got a lot to talk about today. Major win. We take every single win. At the end of the day, it's not necessarily who you play, is if you won or lost. That's what it's all about. That's when it's all boiled down to it, is did you win? That's what they tally up at the end of the season. Did you win? And so I know a lot of people don't want to give us credit because they say Cowboys haven't beat anybody with more than 4 wins. But I'm gonna tell you right now, every single game counts at the end of the day. So major win today, in my opinion. I felt like it was a competitive game. I was way off on my predictions. I thought it was going to be a low scoring game. Well, it was for the Commanders, and I wasn't really trying to be funny, but yeah, it was for the Commanders. But Dallas put up 45 points to 10. Major win. There's so many storylines in this one game. Um, I'll be honest with you, when it got maybe 10 points away, I felt like they were going to keep it competitive. I'll be honest with you. And before I even get into the Cowboys, let me tell you right now, I have a deep respect for Sam Howell. Um, this guy, he can sling it. I mean, and that's even though he's not a Cowboy, he's not on our team. I have to give credit where credit is due. He still threw for 300 yards today. He's a good QB. I won't take nothing away from that. But your Dallas Cowboys showed up today. Dak Prescott threw for 331 yards, 4 touchdowns. Again, it wasn't one of those games where you saw, um, you know, some of the stars like CD Lamb do crazy numbers like we've seen in the past. The 150s or Brandon Cooks with the 170. No, it wasn't like that. We distribute the ball well, but I'm telling you, when it was time for their number to get called, they stepped up. So the Dallas Cowboys looked amazing today. In some parts, there were a few series where we went 3 and out, or seemed like we just kind of stalled. And the momentum seemed like it was just kind of. One of the biggest things for me was when we came out after halftime, and I'm always excited when we say, "Hey, we get the ball first after halftime." I feel like, "Hey, go ahead and put some more points on there." And we did not do that. We put it right back to him. So I felt like there was a lot that we left. As speaking of turkey legs today, there was a lot of meat that we left on the bone. I feel like we probably would have matched or at least reached 50 points. But I feel like there were some my biggest pet peeve, and I know that's kind of weird to say, hey, you won 45 to 10, but you have pet peeves. I feel like when you're playing a different team, those drop passes, I mean, come on now. Granted, there were a couple of plays back to back where Dak overthrew his receivers, but there were some that it was right there, and it's like you cannot drop those kind of passes. So, clean up on that. I give some kind of leniency because for the simple fact it's 4 days after playing another game. These guys are tired and they putting on a show for us. So I can't really be so hard on them, but I do think we keep the ball in your hands. But no, this was a game again. It was no turnovers on our side of things, and in my opinion, I feel like that is clean football. Now the issue is penalties. Penalties seem like it's that glaring light every single game. I don't care if we blow out a team. It seems like that's the thing we really need to work on, and that's only setting us back. I mean, I think at one point, we had gotten like second and 25 or something. And I was like, man, there's no way we're about to convert on here. Luckily we did, but you're not always going to get those opportunities. So you got to clean up these penalties. But I cannot even do this today if I do not mention one of the biggest parts of this game. And the biggest part is Bland getting his 5th pick six. That is an NFL record. And kudos to this man, because not only did he get the interception, but the run back was even better. I mean, he had to dodge what three, four different tackles just to make it to the end zone. And I thought that is the way to do it. I'm cheering, anyone who was watching it with me, I'm cheering the whole time. Like, get in there, get in there, get in there. And I'm telling you, to see this guy, because I even when Trayvon Diggs went down, so many fans felt like, man, our defense is going to struggle. And this player is stepping up. And it's going to be scary. When it gets to the point where maybe we have Bland and Trayvon Diggs on the field at the same, it's going to be scary. But that sophomore year, you seeing that growth, you seeing that ball hawk skill, and this guy is just balling his behind off. So kudos to Bland. And he's very humble. I got to watch an interview with him last week. Where Christy Scales, just talking about different things, and he's very humble, but he's hungry. And so I love to see it. So our Thanksgiving was not ruined this year. We got to enjoy ourselves a big Cowboy win, and now we get to sit back, just enjoy ourselves. Got a whole week until we play the Seahawks on Thursday, but it was a major win. There's not too much you can really critique. You can complain about this game. This was a great game, and this is what we really wanted to see. Again, I still give credit to Sam Howell. He's going to be a decent quarterback out here. But I just think that the Cowboys, their defense stepped up when needed. There were a few blown assignments, but at the same token, we still have not allowed a receiver to go over 100 yards since the Cardinals. We haven't had a rusher go over 100 yards since the Cardinals. So I feel like our defense are stepping up when it matters. And I feel bad for the Commanders because there were two that they could not convert on the fourth down. But I'm telling you, when you play in a defense that is going to sit there and pin their ears back, I'm sorry, you're not going to get this. But I felt like we controlled the narrative of the game. But at the same token, I would not have predicted a blowout. And that's one thing. Let me say that I don't want to get used to blowouts, because here's the thing about blowouts. When you get used to blowouts, then typically you don't know what it feels like to play from behind. And sometimes I kind of want the Cowboys to be behind so I can see what it's going to take for them to overcome adversity. I want to see what it looks like for them to, do that comeback. But this wasn't that game. I thought it was going to be one of those games that, like, maybe a score two difference. I didn't expect a blowout this time, but I will take it any way we can get it. So congratulations, Dallas Cowboys, for another win. We are up there. Next up, Seahawks, like I said, but this we'll take our time. We got all weekend long to enjoy ourselves and enjoy this win. I'll see y'all next week when we preview the Seattle Seahawks, who are taking on the 49ers this evening, but we'll see how that turns out. But I'll see y'all later on this week. Peace. Y'all be blessed.